And so before we start off, I want to say rest in peace to Sonya Massey, 36-year-old black woman who lost her life at the hands of a pig. Sad story, bro. Sad story, bro. Like I said, 36 out of Illinois. The story goes that she called police because of a disturbance. And, you know, I guess she had boiling water in her hand. The cop told her to put the pot down, or that he would, you know, that he would shoot her. She said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And I guess she repeated it or whatever the case may be, but she told him, "I rebuke you." And he ended up taking her life. And it's a situation where it's like, bruh, the people who's supposed to protect you are the ones who need to be policed. They're the ones that people are afraid of. And this is nothing new. We all, come on now, if you black, you know. You know, 12 get behind you while you driving, you clutch that steering wheel extra tight. Even if your registration clean, license ain't suspended, whatever the case, you still feel that feeling, you know what I'm talking about. And that's not okay. You know, that Childish Gambino song, "This Is America," that's the perfect title for that song. This is America. This is the world that we live in, man. If you black, you got to worry about, you know, being protected by the people who's supposed to protect you. My thoughts and prayers, man, condolences out to her family, her friends, her loved ones. That lady had people who love her. She got kids, you know, got a family that loves her, man. People that's in her corner, her support group. And to be honest, I didn't even watch the video. I couldn't bring myself to watch the video. You know, people who know me, man, who try to send me videos and things like that, I can't watch that. I can't watch that. And I think it's for the better that I don't watch it. But this is America, man. This is America. Now, I will say, you know, this ain't the political podcast. This ain't the, you know, politics talking, but we're going to talk about culture. We're going to talk about what's happening. We're going to talk about news. It ain't just all about music and being entertained and anything like that. You know, we're going to talk about real things. And, you know, it's election season. And I know a lot of people, you know, it's, oh, we got to vote. We got to vote. We got to get this person out of office. We got to do this. We got to do that. What I'm asking people to do is pay attention. I ain't even going to tell you to vote. I'm not going to tell you not to vote. What you do is what you do. But what are you voting for? And also pay attention to situations like this, man. Who's, you know, talking about this? You know, who's doing something? Forget talking, matter of fact. Who's doing something about this? Watch by actions. Let's see what happens, man, because, you know, it's election season actually, but the election is right around the corner. And you don't want to just be blindly voting. You know, take a look into situations like this, man, and what's being done about it. Don't just give them your vote just, you know, for the sakes of, oh, we got to do this and we got to get this person out of office. And this goes for both sides, you know, but for both sides. Who are you voting for? What are you voting for? And pay attention to how, you know, black people are being treated in this country and who's doing something about it, who has done something about it. You know, and based off of those answers, you know, you make your decision. But this is a serious thing, man. This is for real. This is life. This is... I'm seeing it become a thing where, you know, black people are like, when we say this is not like us, it's not just on a music level, on a black culture entertainment level. This is life. You not going through what the people's going through for real. You know, you're not speaking up, you know, for the people. You know, creating content is cool, or making music is cool. Whatever you're doing is cool and all, but what you doing for the people? You know, at minimum, you know, at least speak out. Let it be known that it's on your mind. At minimum, that's the least you could do. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not speaking up, you're not doing nothing, you ain't rallying up no people, it's like, yeah, you really not. Like, you know? But again, man, rest in peace to Sonya Massey. Prayers to her family, her friends, and her loved ones. Let's go ahead and get into the show. We got some things to talk about. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video, all that.
Okay, let's go.
It's been a week, back-to-back weeks. It's been weeks, man. Like, we got things to talk about, man. You know, this ain't the political podcast or anything like that, or political talk show, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what I'm calling this. If it's a podcast, little, you know, talk show or something like that. But we got topics, man, and let's start off with. We had not Donald Trump. We had Hulk Hogan at Donald Trump's Republican National Convention. Hulk Hogan was at the RNC, and bruh, this man was doing the most, calling Donald Trump his hero. Then he did the whole stretching his shirt off, calling the folks the Trumpomaniacs or whatever it was, Trumpomania. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is the thing. We all know Hulk Hogan's history. It ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. Hulk Hogan was a piece of, he in the WWE, he was looked at in a certain light, man. Hulk Hogan wasn't, you know, he wasn't a good dude, man. He wasn't trying to put nobody over, you know, help the young talent out. They said, bruh, Bobby had like 3 or 4 title defenses in like years, you know, in the year span when he was champion. Just not a good dude overall. He tried to play us. He had a show on VH1 called Hogan Knows Best. And he had got a hold of a Jeezy CD, Thug Motivation 102, The Inspiration. That's what it was, The Inspiration. And he played I Love It. And there's a clip, man, where he's, you know, playing the song back over and over and over. He was feeling that Jeezy. 100s on the table, 20s on the floor. He kept beep, beep, rewinding it back, rewinding it back, rewinding it back. You know, whole time he feeling the way towards black folks. He telling his daughter he don't want you messing with them folks, man. You know? And I'm like, what? But then most recently, and it's not funny, it's really not funny, man. It's just like, bro was really funking that Jeezy. If you know that clip, you know bro was funking that Jeezy, man, and like making it seem like he was just down for the cause. Whole time, he feeling away. I'm like, Hogan, what's going on with that, brother? Like, what? But most recently, a young lady, a black lady, who, you know, she was on the campaign with Hulk Hogan or something like that, and she was let go, of course, because she was black. Beautiful black woman, too, you know, and was let go because she was black, man, and he replaced her with 2, you know, snow bunnies. And that's no surprise, bruh. So, like, when people was, like, just now finding out that Hulk Hogan is racist, I'm like, yo, where have y'all been? This is nothing new, bruh. Like, this is Hogan at his best, brother. Like, this is what he do. I'm sorry. For people who have him on your Mount Rushmore and all that, and Top man, listen. Nah, Hogan ain't it. He ain't in the nah. But I was like, bro, was really at the Trump rally, like doing the most. So now when it comes to the Democratic Party, let's see who's going to one up Hogan. Who are they going to bring out? Who are they going to have come out and one up Hogan? Because the Republicans, they had Amber Rose and Hulk Hogan now. And I believe they had like Chef G and some other artists, you know, during this whole run, during this campaign season here, election season. So the Democrats, they got to come through strong. We're going to see who they have, man. Who's going to represent the Democrats? Who's going to perform? You know, what's going to happen to get the black votes? They're going to shoot dice or something, play tonk. What are they going to do? But that was insane, bro. I seen that. It was just like, whoa. Hogan, chill out. But so that was like on the political side. Again, this ain't the political podcast or anything like that. But, you know, I just seen that. It was like, that's crazy, bro. So I feel like, you know, we had to talk about that for a little bit. But getting into the hip hop side, man, a lot been going on, bro. There's been a lot going on. A lot of music dropped, man. A lot of music. Currency, of course, dropped a new project. JT dropped her debut solo album. Common and Pete Rock dropped the album. Bossman D-Lo and Lil Baby, they got not a project, but a song out called PJ. A lot of music, man. And I haven't gotten through all of it. It's so much. But I will say JT album sliding, bro. This is a quick review on JT's album, man. Like, bro, JT, that's what a solo artist is supposed to do. Right? Even though she's been in the group, JT's been out, City Girls and all of that. But she's starting from scratch, starting from, you know, day one here, even with the rollout of the album or how she was promoting her being a single artist now, or solo artist, you know, with the City Cinderella shirts coming soon and all that, performing, you know, humbling herself to perform at, you know, local clubs and all that, like, you know, smaller spots, man. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a solo artist who's upcoming, bruh. We got independent artists in local cities who won't even, you know, perform at open mics. When we got JT who got #1 hits and she's performing at local spots, doing her thing. That's what you're supposed to do. Go out and touch the people. You know, like really make your presence felt. Coming through with the promo shirts. That's not completely gone, bro. Don't let the internet fool you and think like certain things is gone. In certain cities, people still listen to CDs, bro. People still have CDs. Like, everybody ain't balling. You know, that's how I know a lot of folks are out of touch too, man. Everybody ain't balling riding in a Tesla or you know, a Scat Pack, whatever, that don't have a CD player, bro. A lot of folks still have CD players, bro. You just gotta know them certain towns to hit, them certain spots to hit. You gotta be of the people. You gotta go out there and touch the people, man. Rub elbows for real. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to have CDs, but certain promotional tactics are still alive, bro. Posting posters up. Don't just do it on social media, just making a flyer or whatever and posting it online. Bro, you got to go out there and attach some things to the wall, to the light pole, whatever, to your local convenience stores, liquor stores, whatever. Like, you got to go out there and promote yourself, bro. That's the only way you're going to get out there. And JT was doing that, bro. And even the musically, man, like, you hear the beats, the raps, she took it back to, okay, let me touch the streets, where it's like, I'm from Florida and I'm gonna let it be known, you know, where she keeps letting you know throughout the album, I'm from Dade. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, bruh. Don't run away from where you from. Don't shy away from it. You're supposed to lean into it, bruh. She talking about she shooting dice and playing tonk. Like, that's Florida talk right there. She was talking that, man, she got a song called Break Talk, bruh. I'm like, ooh, the song JT coming hard, bruh. Like, she was really out there talking her talk, man, and that's what she's supposed to do. Sound like where you from. The beats was hard, they was hitting. It wasn't full of like the twerk songs or what we're used to from the City Girls or anything like that. JT was rapping. I love the intro. I love it. I love it. I love how she was talking, you know, telling us about her life, bringing us into her world, and you know, her upbringing, and about her dad and all of that, bro. Like, I love that. You feel me? Now, is this a 10 out of 10 album and all that? I ain't gonna sit here and say it's a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie to you and say all of that. But it's a solid debut album, solid body of work. I really appreciate where, like I said, she was rapping on this album. She has, of course, the songs like D.O.D., you know, where she's talking that city girl talk, she's talking that freak talk. I appreciate the bars where it wasn't just a lot of, you know, freak talk, nasty talk. Nah, she letting you know JT coming. Like, she giving you raps for real. She was really like letting it be known, I'm here, and I'm not just a one-trick pony, bro. I got different things to talk about. That album was hard, bro. So JT, you doing your thing. I'm rocking with it. You feel me? I'm listening to it. I'm vibing. So yeah, that was it right there. She snapped. She really does snap. Like I said, Common and Pete Rock put out an album. This for the old heads now. This for my older folks. You know, I didn't get to all of it. But what I have heard, the production, Pete Rock, chef's kiss, bro. You did your thing. Common is a phenomenal rapper, bro. Common can really rap, and people got to really understand Common has been out since the 90s, bro, and like has been good since the 90s. Like, it ain't like he's just been rapping since the 90s and he's been okay. No, Common has been good since the 90s. He's been a phenomenal rapper since he's came out. Like, that is not easy to do. To still be out years later and, you know, and still be relevant all this time. Still, you know, your penmanship is still there. Yeah, we saluting that. So I got to finish that album. But so far from what I heard, the production, smooth, great. The raps compliment the beats. A1 so far, man. Lil Baby and Bossman D-Lo. Bossman D-Lo got a song with Lil Baby. PJ, you know, shit talking music. You know, I ain't gonna lie. It's hard though. I was banging that in the whip. Yeah, that's that one. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hard. Video hard too with it. Good single. Club is gonna do his thing. It's gonna knock. Bossman D-Lo's on a run right now, and I'm loving it. People are saying like, oh, he's supposed to be what they thought ESTG was gonna be. And I just think I get what people are saying, because people had high expectations for ESTG. He came out swinging, bruh. Came out music hitting. So I get what they were saying. I for sure do. But I just think that's two different worlds, man. Two different, you know, complete separate things. Like ESTG talking, he talking, you know, trap to the core, like he deep into it, like as far as, you know, subject matter. But with Bossman D-Lo, you know, that's Florida talk, man. That's that braggadocious, flamboyant talk, you know, mixed with some trap in there, but shit talking music. You know, it ain't just about the trap. You know, he telling girls that, you know, he gonna boss their life up and all that. You know, he talking that talk that people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in Florida, like that's what we want to hear. No matter if you ride in a hoopty or you ride on a donk, like, you know, we like to hear that braggadocious raps, and that's what he's bringing us, man. He on a crazy run. I just hope that it's not a situation where it's seasonal. I want it to be, you know, long lasting. Get a good year, good amount of years in the game. You know, so I'm behind Bossman D-Lo. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fan of Bossman. I'm behind him 100%. I'm supporting it, bro. Bossman D-Lo doing this thing right now for sure. But there's a lot more music, man. A lot more that I gotta get into, that I gotta listen to. You know, and I can give a review a little bit later on. But what new songs did you listen to? What albums are you listening to? Leave that in the comments. Let's talk about it, man. Y'all let me know, you know, who you feeling right now. What's your thoughts on Bossman D-Lo, the ESTG situation where he what's going on. I know he lost his manager recently, man. His manager lost his life. Someone took his life recently. So I hope they bounce back from that, man. That's crazy. Thoughts and prayers to that camp with that situation. Keeping the music, man. It is so crazy. Like, this beef, it's almost like it's never going to end, bruh. The Kendrick Lamar and Drake saga continues. Schoolboy Q had a show in Canada, and before they even left Cali, they was told that the show was canceled. And this is a big thing right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody want to know what's going on or what's happening. And they say Drake has ownership at the venue that Schoolboy was supposed to perform at, and all that. And Schoolboy Q let off some tweets. The good thing they still got paid is what I'm going to say. Because had they not gotten paid, this could have went left. Like, for real. Like, even though the beef, because right now, even though it's kind of dying down, it's not even kind of, it's died down musically from what it looks like. It's still a thing. This is still happening. This is still like, fresh though. So it ain't just completely over like that. Again, musically, as of right now, it's over. But when you start doing things like having a show canceled, and this is, what the reports kind of are. Right? I ain't gonna say that that's what they fully are, but these are people are speculating and alluding to that Drake canceled the show. I think he did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's, they not like us on that stage, Hoover stomping and doing all of that, dancing with DeMar and Russ, and you in the video. Yeah. Yeah, we cutting your water. We cutting the water off. You feel me? You was on stage, you vibing and, all that. Yeah, don't even worry about it, homie. You ain't coming up here. Yeah, we gonna cancel that. Get your bread still and all that, but that show ain't happening. But I am, like I said, I'm glad that they still got paid, because when you start messing with somebody's money, that's where it's like, okay, all right, listen, the beef is cool, it's cute and all that, back and forth, but don't play with my money, bro. Especially like, with Schoolboy Q, yeah, he TDE, Kendrick affiliated, all that good stuff, but it's like, bro, that's between y'all two. Let me do my thing. And this is how I know. This is how I know Drake is behind it, bro. Because as of right now, at least, or as I'm recording this, Sir has a show in Canada that hasn't been canceled yet. I seen him tweet. It was like, nah, my show ain't canceled. But if you notice, Sir wasn't on the stage. Sir wasn't in the video. None of that. He's a part of TDE. He's a TDE artist. Bruh's show ain't canceled. But Schoolboy Q show is canceled? Riddle me that, Batman. Hey, listen, I'm just saying, the boy has something to do with it. It's not a coincidence he owns or has stake in that that venue. He's wearing the free Yayo shirt after the show got canceled, after Yayo said Drake has pool in Canada, all that. It's just, come on, bro. And it is what it is. It ain't right. He shouldn't have done that to me, because you got fans in Toronto who want to see Schoolboy Q, so they were robbed out of that. But it's expected, and I get it. I get it. I totally do. And I'm a TDE fan. I'm Team Kendrick when it came to this beef 100%, but I get it, bro. I ain't slow. I ain't stupid. Bro, you was on that stage. I'm cutting your water off, bro. Period. That's it. You was dancing, certified, wop, all that. Yeah, hey, listen, don't act surprised, homie. Take your bag, get your bread still, but this ain't happening. What's that Drewski video? Not around here, partner. Not around here. So yeah, bro, like it is what it is. But it's just crazy, man, how all this is unfolding, and I want to see what's next, what's gonna happen from here. Again, this beef is not over. But one person who's been very vocal throughout this whole thing, who's been super biased but vocal about it, and covering this, is Akademiks. And Akademiks was speaking with Keem from TDE, who's Schoolboy Q's manager. And it seems like, there's this thing where it's Akademiks versus the West Coast or versus LA, where, Ak is on some, where he thinks Drake was winning the battle up until Not Like Us, which I don't agree with. But he's, saying like, oh, what if he thinks that Kendrick is actually jealous of Drake and all of this? And it's like, bro, what? Come on. Now, I know you Drake bias, Act. I get it. But come on now. It's a thing where, it's easy where someone can be cool. Yes, I was on Buried Alive, on Take Care, Drake's album Take Care. He did take me on tour. I did put him on Poetic Justice. We did have a relationship at one point, but tables do turn. Things do happen, bro. Feelings do change. I don't feel the same how I felt before. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And I think, because a point that Akademiks was making with Drake, with Kendrick saying like, oh, I hate the way that you walk. I'm the biggest hater and all of that. Where he's like, saying that that's part of Kendrick being jealous. And it's like, nah, that's not what, again, that's just not what that is, bro. We was cool at one point. As I got deeper into the game, I started noticing things about you and ways about you that I don't rock with, that I don't like. And I'm starting to, our friendship is starting to, or whatever, business relationship, industry relationship is starting to change, bro. That's just like, that happens every day in life. That's not far from the norm. You start hanging around people, you get to see who they are, outside of, certain spaces, and you like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't want to hang with you no more. I'm cool off you. You know what I'm saying? And then like the Control verse was not a diss, not no shot, no nothing, bro. This is pure competition, bro. Kendrick was fairly new. This is 2013. A year after Good Kid, Mad City came out, Kendrick was still like making a name for himself, bro. Because you have the sophomore slump and all that, what people be saying. So it's like, even with the success of Good Kid, Mad City, I'm still, trying to put my foot in this game for real. I'm trying to like compete and let it be known that I'm that dude. So I'm gonna call out all these artists and I'm gonna do all of that. And not call them out like, oh, let's spar. I want you to respond. Let's do this. It's just friendly cup. Hey, listen, if you do respond, that's what's up. Cool. Let's bring that energy into hip hop. I want to bring the best out of you. Like you should want to bring the best out of me, and let the people decide on who's really the top NC, who's really the top rapper in the game, who's really him for real. That's all that was. And for brother to take it personal and all of that, and it, turned into what it is now, it's like, bro, that's weak. But I don't think Kendrick is jealous of Brad at all. I don't think that's the narrative. I don't think that's the case. Because like, what is there to be jealous of? Kendrick decides when he wants to drop. It seems like, at least. But it's strategic, bro. The albums are speaking for itself. It's not like, and that's the thing what I love about Kendrick, where he's not giving us an album every year, every summer. He got something going on. No, take your time, give us great bodies of work, and you can see in his discography, this man, to me, in my opinion, has no L's. There's albums that I like over other albums, but Kendrick has no L's, in my opinion, when it comes to his albums since Overly Dedicated. Really, I was about to say since Section 80, but no, since Overly Dedicated, no L's in his catalog at all, bruh. So he don't need to drop often. He don't need to be do the Drake route. The Drake route works for Drake. That's perfect, bruh. Like, and that's what Drake needs to get back to. Just being who he was before this battle started, bruh. Like, just go back to giving us good music, bruh. That's it. But I don't know. But I will say with Akademiks, what he made up great points about West Coast podcast, West Coast artists and stuff like that, right? I I love West Coast raps. I'm a fan of West Coast media back on Fig, the Apollo, Ace Boys Worldwide, all that. I'm a fan of that. I tune in. I'm tapped into what's going on, but that's because I'm a fan of, not just the South. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of media. I'm a fan of the culture overall of each coast. Since a kid, I've always been interested of, dang, what it's like living up in New York, what it's like, being in the projects, wearing, the Army fatigues. I wonder what that was like, or, the Rich Porter days, driving them old school BMWs and Mercedes and all of that. Like, that's always been fascinating to me. Or the LA culture. Dang, how does gangbanging work? How does, how all of this works? Like, what is this about? I wonder what it's like living on the West Coast, wearing khakis, low ride, all that. Like, I was just always been interested in every culture. But what I will say is I can see why a lot of people don't like or aren't into West Coast media or West Coast music, because it's very, very regional. From the production to the topics on podcasts, it's very regional. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know who a lot of West Coast artists are. Reason being is not all West Coast artists are talking that, gangbanging talk, but a lot of them are, and that's not even the problem. Well, first, let me make this one point. In the South, gangbanging at that, the Crips and Bloods and, all this extra stuff that's going on. We don't really, it's here in Florida, but that's not what Florida was built on, bruh. It wasn't built off of red and blue gangbanging and all of that. More so cliques, streets maybe, or something like that. But we can't necessarily relate to a lot of stuff that they're talking about. Like back to Boss Man D-Lo, his music is relatable on every region, every coast. You gonna relate to that flamboyant, braggadocious, get money, bad bitch 50 flow, eating hibachi, all that. That's not regional. Everybody across the world can relate to getting some money. Everybody can relate to one of bad bitch while eating hibachi or whatever. And dudes want that. That's what's going on. People can relate. These youngins out here, man, they like to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But the youngins out here in Florida, oh yeah, they not listening to Big Sad, DW Flame, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even an artist like Blast. Like, but he's on the R&B side. He's not rapping, but a lot of people out here ain't listening to that. They don't know that. Bino Rideau and all that. They not listening to that. Like, that's why Roddy Ricch can blow up in Florida and be known in Florida and can do shows out here, because his music don't sound like typical LA music. You would have thought Roddy Ricch was from Atlanta or somewhere in the South, Mississippi or something, maybe, because of his style of rapping, the beats that he chooses. It doesn't sound LA. It doesn't sound California. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like Dom Kennedy, though, he can be from LA and blow up and be national because his music is smooth, it's cool. He's rapping about just some, the women and the cars, what rappers talk about. It ain't no gangbanging going on, so that's why he could do a show where he was just in DC, because his music isn't just LA. He represents LA, he's from LA, he puts it in his music, but, it's not his beats isn't just completely LA beats. It's not a complete LA sound. Larry June from the Bay, but he could perform in Orlando. When he performed in Orlando, he could perform overseas and all that, because his music isn't regional. So I do agree with Akademiks to that point where West Coast artists, bro, and West Coast media, like, if you want to be big on the West Coast only, that's perfectly fine too. That's the thing. You don't have to be nationwide, bro. Like, you can do your thing locally and just be the biggest West Coast artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to go national, you want to go international, all that, in my opinion, you got to switch it up. Because even like a YG, for example, first album, My Crazy Life, classic album. Classic. A West Coast album and all that. But that Jeezy influence is there. It's there. My Hitter is a perfect example of that. That song it has West Coast influence in there, or have that West Coast sound. But when you listen to My Head, you got Rich Homie on there, you got Jeezy on there. Like, that song did very, very well across the nation because of the features on there, the sound, the raps. It wasn't YG wasn't completely gang banged out on that song. Who Do You Love? You got Drake on there. He wasn't completely gang banged out. Like, so that song did well across the nation. But you take a look at YG's career since then, the man done turned to the biggest gangbanger, and the music ain't hitting out here no more. It's not. And I was outside for them days of Who Do You Love and all that. I was outside for that. Them songs was getting played for sure, but they not getting played no more, bro. His newest songs is not ringing out here. It's just not happening. So y'all gotta, just kind of switch it up a bit, bro. That's all. Nobody's saying leave what you're used to and leaving your culture. Be a part of that culture. Represent your culture. But you gotta figure out, okay, how can I switch it up a little bit though, and have that nationwide success. What can I do? How you got to do it? West Coast media. Don't just stick to them politics in LA and the West Coast and all of that. And even when y'all say West Coast, a lot of y'all talk about the West Coast and showing love to the West Coast, but really just be showing up to LA. Like, I ain't seen a West Coast podcaster from LA speak about any artist in Arizona, Seattle, Vegas. Like, I don't see it. Or even in California, San Diego, the Bay Area. You don't really see it like that. When LA people speak about West Coast, they be speaking about LA, Compton, Inglewood, Watts. It's like, bruh, put us on to some people outside of California, but just overall get well versed in a lot of topics, and what's going on in the South, because I can guarantee a majority of these podcasters don't know what's going on in Florida. You know what's going on in Jacksonville as far as the beef and what's going on and all that, but you don't know what's going on across Florida, like musically, for real. Like, you don't know. You know the beef, but you don't know anything else besides that. Like, and that's not real media to me. I'm making my business to listen to Common's album. I'm making my business to listen to Blast album. I'm making my business, to listen to artists from from New York. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of like new New York artists, but I'll still tap in and see what's going on with what's my man the Blicky. Dang, what's my man name is. But it's losing my mind right now. But the Blicky dude, Chef G and them boys, like Sleepy Hollow, I'm familiar with what's going on. I may have to do my research a little bit more or do my homework, like Jay Mayne say, and tap in a little bit more on the New York side. But like, I'm paying attention. I'm watching, so that way when I'm building my content isn't strictly about Florida. I let it be known I'm from Florida. I'm always from Florida love, all of that. But my thing is, I need to be well versed in the hip hop, man. If I'm going to be in this space, if I'm going to be in the media realm, then I need to know what's going on overall. You feel me? But y'all let me know. Are y'all fans? If you're from Florida, are you a fan of other regions? Or if wherever you're from, are you a fan of other regions' music? Leave a comment of where you from. And what other regions of music do you like? Who you listen to? What do y'all think about Schoolboy Q his show being canceled in Canada? I think that's crazy. Again, I hope it just stays music, bruh. I do not want this spilling over into anything extra. Keep it on wax. Keep it in the booth. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I gotta drop more videos, definitely. I want to do every week. Maybe even twice a week, sometimes. I don't know yet. We're going to see. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for showing love. Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Show love to the channel by hitting that subscribe button. Until next time, Through Nation, Margin TV. Shout out to all the Thus out there, man. Shout out to all my Thus, man. Through Nation, through. We gone.